Welcome to Mom's Basement, exclusively on Spotify. With your hosts, Tayler Keemstar and Faze Banks.
You can find me in the heart of the city. You can tell me that I could have done more. You can show me why I'm here, what I'm feeling. All I know is all I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mom's Basement. Today we have a very, very special guest. Me and Banks have invited, finally, the one, the only, Tayler Holder.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
We finally
it's about time, right?
This handsome motherfucker sitting right across from me. It's taking everything inside me not to jump across this fucking... This
Taylor, I met you in IRL in real life at the YouTube TikToker boxing event. Like, actually, you were at what I wanted was when I interviewed Bryce in Austin. I wanted you to be a part of that and Gib to be a part of that.
Yeah.
But Gib wasn't there yet. And I must say, in real life, I fucking love your energy. You're a great kid. But somehow, some way, you've been involved in two major scandals right here on our podcast. One with Sommer Ray and one with Gib.
I don't know if
Wait,
Gib constitutes as a scandal. The summer thing is definitely a scandal. But,
Oh, God. Here we go.
Scandalous. But no, dude, across the board,
wait, what do you mean? The Gib thing's totally a scandal. What do you mean?
We'll get into it.
I didn't even watch it, so you guys will have to give me the breakdown. So.
Yeah, we'll get into it. But I do want to say across the board, that's what everybody has to say about you. Great kid. Fucking phenomenal energy. Somebody, who was it? Gilly yesterday. We had like a little cookout thing at my crib, and Bryce and Tayler pulled up. Great vibes. But that's what everybody always has to say about you guys. In person, you guys are fucking great people. Great people.
Tayler Holder's got great energy, good kid, fun to be around, excited about life. And then he saves all that anger that normal people would get out or whatever, their attitude or whatever. He saves that for just these one moments. You'll see him just flip like a switch and be like, I'll fade you the fuck out.
I love that.
Dude, everyone gives me shit for that. I don't know why. Like, I have like this like alter ego whenever I get pissed off. They're like,
you have to turn it on sometimes.
I don't know, dude. I don't even... Yeah.
Fight or flight.
It's like his brain's a computer, right? And he takes all the angry files and just pulls them in the fucking recycling bin. Nah. And then he just unloads that back. Yeah. Restore these files. Bam.
So what should we talk about, boys? What should we get into first? I mean, the floor is yours.
The floor is mine.
You've wanted to get on here.
We got to talk about the Gib thing first because most people care about that.
Okay, so lay it down to me. What was said? I didn't even see it actually. So yeah, let me hear.
I don't really think anything was really like said like that. I don't know. He's paid you nothing but respect. He hasn't really said anything crazy. Oh, I suggested that the only fight for Gib that makes any fucking sense in my mind is a rematch with you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Me too.
I think that sells the most.
And there's definitely limited stuff I can say because the event just got done. So I don't know what all I can say, but there's a lot of stuff that people don't know that happened behind the stuff that we...
Well, lay it out.
We had to...
Fuck it.
I don't know if it's like breaching contract.
Can I talk about... Can I talk about an injury? Can I talk about an injury?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, look, I knew this going in. I just, you can't say stuff. Like, I can't be out there saying, Tayler Holder got an injury before his fight because that fucks up your whole thing. I wouldn't do that to Gib. I wouldn't do that to you, right? But I knew going into this, you had some injuries. Can you talk about that? Yeah,
so like that's why like I don't talk about stuff. There is like a documentary that I'm like working on, like editing and putting together that I filmed throughout this whole camp. And you'll see like, going through, and then I ended up, and unfortunately, I got hurt pretty bad 2 weeks before the fight.
Really?
I don't put that stuff out there because
of course
already we're not credited enough. We're not respected because we're TikTokers. Like however that twistedly that works, I don't know why, but people just don't fucking respect us at all. And so I hurt my shoulder and my elbow really bad in sparring 2 weeks before the fight. So I had to go into like muscle recovery for 2 weeks straight. And it was like the most painful fucking shit ever, honestly. And I didn't make up any excuses or nothing because, of course, people would have called me a pussy. People would have called me a bitch, like all this stuff. Oh, it's getting serious. It's coming up. But there was an injury. There was... some shit that was told like last minute that, I was told I was fighting someone else at the beginning. So I dropped, 20 pounds almost. Like I was 162 at one point. And the way my body works, I can't gain weight, but there's a significant weight difference that like, I won't say like actual numbers.
Well, he's a big, Gibbs a big motherfucker. He's like,
This is Mom's Basement. We just air it all out. Weren't you supposed to fight Danny Duncan?
Here we go.
Were you? That was word on the street.
Okay, so we'll lay it all out there. I was supposed to fight Danny. That's what they originally brought to me. They were like, we want you to fight Danny,
who is definitely significantly smaller than you.
Significantly smaller, and you know, I gotta say, like, I do respect Danny. He is a friend of mine. He's a great guy. Fucking never a dull moment with this man. But you know, he did tell me straight up that there was like, you know, you're significantly bigger. You have been fighting longer. It just doesn't make sense, right? I was like, respect. I got it. Completely fair.
Yeah, fuck it.
And so there was a few others, like Deji got brought to me. Supposedly Deji didn't want to. Tifu, and that didn't happen. And there was like all these people.
I worked so hard for Tifu, and then
man, I was excited for that one. I was actually excited. But yeah, basically they were like, yo, there's no one else but Gib, and I kind of had like no choice. They like honestly didn't let me pick. At the beginning they were like, it's your choice, whoever you want. And I even threw them names, and they like didn't want to like do it, you know. But they were like, Gib, it's got to be Gib, and I was like, okay. But yeah, there was going into the fight, you know, they let me know like literally 2 weeks before the fight that I had to gain 10 pounds. And I was like,
crazy,
bro, what are you talking about? Like, you can't just gain 10 pounds, especially someone like the cardio that I'm doing, like the shit that I've already been doing, like even the way my body works, I can't put on weight like that. It's like literally impossible. So we get there, we get to the weigh-ins, bro. And it's like we get to the whole event and it's like low key a little bit all over the place, but we'll touch on that more. I don't know what I can say there. I don't know what I can say. So I got like inch around it, but like
it was bound to be a mess.
I'll just tell you, bro.
Problems.
I'll just tell you, and if they want to make a problem about this, I don't care. It's already done and everything. But bro, you want to know? I did not make weight. I'm not 175 pounds.
And they just said, fuck it.
I got the text from one of the head guys. Won't say his name, but I got the text. I can show you guys. They were like, yo, they are not making you like get down in your underwear so you can do whatever you want to make weight, put all your jewelry on, all this stuff. I had a full ass like tracksuit on. I had my shoes on, my Air Force Ones, and I got 3 phones and put them in my pockets.
Way.
And I had my jewelry on, and I barely made 175.2.
Wow.
I stepped on the scale right after. I was 166, and Gib was 190 when we fought.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's like, a big difference.
It's a big difference, and people, you know, they can. I know they're probably gonna listen to this and be like, oh, he's still making excuses. I haven't said one thing or any excuse. I've done nothing but give respect and just said like, hey, it was a cool experience. I haven't made any excuse.
Yeah.
No, listen. Even if the fans are saying you're making excuses. Even if the fans are saying that, look, dude, like it's the truth. Like what he's saying is reality, right? Like he's allowed to like talk about reality. Go ahead, Banks.
I don't even know what I was gonna say. Fuck.
Yo, let me say this though. It's so funny, like when you went to the weigh-in, you were wearing the chains and everything, because okay, the weigh-in that you do on stage is fake. Like everyone knows that, right?
And everyone's like, wait, what?
It's so fake. Like I'm not really seeing the numbers. Like they do the weigh-ins
no
like
batteries.
officially
it's like nothing pops up on the screen.
Really?
Yeah, there's nothing there.
It's just for show, right? And I have the numbers on my card beforehand. So I thought it was so fucking hilarious that we're doing this. And I understand it's part of selling the event and whatever. I thought it was so fucking hilarious when DDG gets up on the stage and he is wearing, like, I swear to God, like a 15-pound fucking chain around his head. And he's standing on stage. I'm proud the scale. I was laughing,
so funny.
bro.
Oh no! What I was gonna say though is it's not like you looked bad in there. Like you looked good. You know what I'm saying? I think Gib just had the fucking. These are like short rounds.
He's done it before.
8 rounds. Yeah.
It's like it's an experience thing. So it's like I trained my ass off. You know, I sparred with great people. I sparred Canelo. I sparred Ryan Garcia. I sparred all these great people. And in camp, I can truly say like I have footage of it. I just didn't ever want to put any of it out, obviously. But you know, I'm dropping motherfuckers left and right. I'm cracking people, like all this stuff. But one thing you cannot train for is the nerves when you get in there. I've never done it before. And I got there and I see like fucking 20,000 people in the crowd. And of course I'm like, my fucking heart falls out my asshole. Like, I'm like,
it's also, Taylor, it's got to be hard to train for Gib. Gib is very unconventional, right? Yeah. And he just keeps like, he's like the Tasmanian devil.
Oh,
like,
dude, I gotta give it to him, bro. He's like, he never stops. I was like, yo, this guy's got to fucking gas at some point. No, just like keeps coming. But and it is, it's hard to train to fight someone like that. Like that's fights really well. But my defense was on point. Like he hit me like really, like honestly 2 times in the head. Like the body shots. I'm gonna be real. I'll be a man. Like I'll be like, yo, like, oh, he caught me good or whatever. They slow mo it. It looks crazy. But there was nothing that he ever hit me with a body shot, anything that like actually dazed me or I felt like anything.
That's why
his combos and what he was setting up and what he was doing was so amazing. And I'm so happy for Gib because everybody knows.
I am, yeah.
Everybody knows, Taylor, you should have won that fight. You're clearly the better boxer.
Of course. And hands down, I know I'm way, fundamentally wise, boxing just in general, I'm way better than him. If I would have let my hands go, like even a little bit more, I would have won that fight.
You were playing more the long game. You just didn't have time to do that.
It's something that I couldn't even explain. I got in there. I didn't even hear my coaches in the corner. I was like tunnel vision. Like they were like, Taylor, you got to let your hands go. I was like, all right, bet. I got out there. Same thing. It's just like it's something that you can never honestly understand until you're there. And Gib, I remember people talking about that before. Like Fusi talked about it. It was like that's the only thing I'm worried about is the experience. If he's been there and in the ring before and under the lights. I have like
tremendous amounts of respect for all you guys. Like that shit is fucking. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Listen, I was commentating this event with Coach, who's like WWE, like he's done all this big commentating stuff, and Paige is a UFC fighter. Paige, does bare knuckle boxing. Like she knows what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah.
And the whole fight, she was like, that is one of the best boxers we've seen. Like that kid actually knows. Talking about you, that kid actually knows what he's doing, and he looks like a real boxer out there. And like you were getting credit for that, like your defense and keeping your hands up and playing it right. It's just, how do you prepare for the Tasmanian fucking devil of Gib, who's just not gonna, he's a fucking tornado from the beginning of the round to the end of the round. And dude, so many of Gib's fans were so disappointed and so upset at that fight with Jake because they didn't get to see the Gib that they knew, and you got to see. I mean, he
definitely was.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, it's just. It's more of a W for Gib than it is an L for you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, and at the same time, bro, like I don't really give a fuck what I'm not planning on fighting for the rest of my life. It was a goal of mine, and like, do I plan on doing more? Sure, if the opportunity comes. But like, bro, like you got to sit back and think about, like, dude, I'm from a small town in Texas, population 3,000, and we just sold out 20,000 people, and I just fought in a fucking in the stadium. Like, it's like, dude, that's a fucking win for me.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Fuck money, fuck all this materialistic shit, bro. That's so fucking dope to say that. Like, that's a win. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
That was the coolest event I've ever seen YouTubers, internet people put on ever.
Bro, I got shows just saying that.
It was amazing.
And let's just say this. We don't know what the ticket sales are yet, but we do know this. Millions and millions and millions of people were watching. Bro, for sure. They were 100%. Illegally streaming it on YouTube. They were illegally streaming it on Twitch, on TikTok. If you went on TikTok during the event and you hit a live and you scroll through the live streams, everybody was illegally streaming this. I swear to God, if I had to guess, I'd say 6 million people watched this event live.
For
mostly
sure.
illegally.
Easy, bro.
No, for sure.
Easy.
How do you solve that issue with the fucking ripping off the streams? Because it really is unfortunate.
Yeah,
you need partnerships with TikTok, partnerships with YouTube, partnerships with Twitch.
Yeah, it's got to be something you got to line up
locked in place. Yeah, that's so fucking. That's so wild.
Bryce, dude, he's coping with it good. All he does is walk around and is like, yo, favorite 0-1 boxer. Here we are.
He said that. He said something funny yesterday because you guys are both over the crib. He said, I'm 41-0 still in the street. 0-1 in the ring. He said, man, I got into a fucking another fight 2 days ago. Someone was talking shit.
I heard about that. He told me supposedly he fucked some guy up. I don't know. I mean, his face looks fine, so he's got to be.
He said 41-0.
Yeah, every club he goes to, he gets a sign that says, favorite 0-1 boxers, like that.
Yeah, he's cracking humor about it yesterday. He was in good spirits. He's rolling with it.
Fuck it. He's a great kid.
You, Bryce, and Vinny Hacker made a TikTok, and there was a song going on talking about losing or whatever. And you and Bryce come on because you guys lost your fight, and then it said something about a winner, and then it goes to Vinny Hacker who won his fight. That was a good TikTok.
Bro, what a fucking night that was, man. The fact that he won, I don't know, you guys.
I know. But dude, you want to know what? Is I like started with Vinny in camp. I brought him to my gym for the first time whenever he started the camp, and I saw him, and I was like, yo, like, because I thought, I mean, honestly, I didn't know Vinny really well.
His energy at the interviews and stuff.
But the moment I saw him hitting pads, and like anyone can look good hitting pads, obviously, but like even then, like you could still tell someone's skill level by hitting pads too. Like I was like, okay, this kid actually has power. This kid actually, like, okay, don't completely sleep on this kid. Yeah. But then also, like, Deji hasn't fought in 3 years, so I was like, who knows what this guy's gonna come out with?
Like he rolled off the fucking couch, bro.
I know, bro. I mean, I'm gonna be real. Like we had our differences in all that stuff, and I definitely said like, he can get it next, and like all that stuff, but like. After seeing, I genuinely, I got a heart too. Like I feel bad for the kid. Like I really do, man. Like
of course, me too. He was heartbroken.
KSI was ripping into this kid. Like that was fucked up what he was saying about his own brother.
Vicious.
That's too far.
It needed to be said though, dude. Look, here's what everyone needs to understand, and I know there's a lot of Deji fans listening, but like, y'all are fucking Deji up. You've been fucking this kid up forever because you all baby him. You all feel sorry for him, in every situation, not even boxing, just every situation. Mm-hmm. And, it comes the day where like sometimes you need tough love. And what KSI said, I agree with 1,000%. And it was so nice to see KSI and Deji back together. Yeah. They came out with a video, and it's clear that Deji is like starting to grow up, take criticism. Yeah. And like, I think the next time we see Deji, I think he might get a W. Like, yeah, I think I
really hope so.
Maybe this is the kick in the ass he needs. You know what I'm saying? For that exact reason.
But you need it. You can't.
No, you definitely
need
it.
Go through life being babied like
whenever
that.
Your brother's like, because of this, that's why you'll forever be in my shadow. You're a fucking disgrace to buy. Like all this shit. I'm like, God, holy fuck, dude.
Ruthless.
I'm like, damn. Okay, that's too far.
Well, it's for that exact reason that I personally would never do it. I would never do it. You have to, the months and months of training, you have to take that shit seriously, man. Yeah. It's a fucking whole lifestyle.
I can't say, dude, that shit from being in camp. Like this was the first like camp I've been in. Yeah. I've always been like, like a little bit in the gym. I've known Ryan for a long time, like 5 years. Like I worked with him a little bit here and there and stuff like that. But I've never been in like a full blown camp. And whenever I say, bro, that shit was like some of the craziest shit. And like I felt like I was dying at points, bro. Like it was.
I can imagine.
It was crazy.
Yo, a testament though to how many people were actually watching the event. You probably know the numbers better than me. Didn't Vinny Hacker add like 1 million new followers or some shit?
Yeah. I think he gained like 1.3 million off the event or something like that.
That is insane.
That's just on Instagram. I know he gained a couple million on TikTok.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
it was an overall W for the internet. That's for sure.
100%, bro.
You guys fucking carried it.
This was the first time I've ever commentated like a boxing event like this. Dude, I am addicted. Like I want to commentate every boxing event moving forward. That was so much fun. And dude, there was this one moment, right, where I don't know if you caught it because this is before your fight, but DJ Khaled came out on stage. Did you see that at all?
Oh yeah.
Wait, what happened with
that? There were memes and stuff, but before the memes, before it got corny and it got funny and it was a meme, right? DJ Khaled made this speech as he was walking out to the ring. Bro, the hairs on the back of my neck were sticking up. Dude, everybody, I looked around and DJ Khaled really pulled it off with this inspirational speech before he came out. But then the music started playing and he started fucking memeing it up.
Dude, he's a pro. He's good.
No, he's saucy so and he's a fucking legend. But whenever I say that, like, people like were silent when he was performing, like it was bad, and I'm like, dude, y'all did him so dirty,
so crazy.
Because I mean, he was like,
I was there. The people were reacting. It's just it wasn't picked up,
Yeah.
Yeah. What was he? Another one. I know
it was like. Everybody's hands go up and like the fucking
I hate that.
Like it was just so silent. Well, from what I was hearing, it sounded like it was just fucking dead. I don't know.
Yo, Little Baby's performance was so freaking good. There were a few that weren't that good, but
really?
Little Baby killed it.
Honestly, him bringing out fucking Austin was one of the most gangster things I've ever seen. Somebody pull
I was supposed to come out with Ray Sherman, like Sway Lee and them, and
that was so tight.
But yeah.
Well, we were all working on getting 6ix9ine to come out with Price, but they wouldn't let it happen.
I'm the one that set that up.
Oh, that would have been so fire. What stopped him from doing that?
The stadium wouldn't allow him, obviously, for certain reasons. Yeah,
security reasons.
Yeah.
Yo, we were trying to finesse it. I was like, dude, just buy a ticket, go normal, and then hop the fence. And like we had all these.
Yeah,
plans.
It would have made crazy noise.
That would have been crazy.
It would have been the so here's how it got brought up was I know 6ix9ine's team, Murda and all them, and I was he came to me and was like, why don't we have 6ix9ine walk out with you? I obviously had to talk to the team about that, and we obviously didn't agree that would be a good idea. You know, obviously.
I don't think you guys.
But for Bryce, it makes sense for Bryce.
I obviously told Bryce that like that guy told me, but I'm not doing that. And Bryce was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." And so like we got it all set up with him, and because Bryce is just Bryce just doesn't give a fuck, dude. He's like,
don't you love Bryce Hall? Like this kid is like plays the villain and
I'm
pisses
telling
off
you
everyone.
right now,
I fucking love this.
I
kid.
love him too.
He's been literally my little brother for almost 6 years now. Dude, this kid is. Anyone can say whatever the fuck that they want, but this kid is fucking awesome. He is awesome. He's literally like uncancelable. Like you literally can't cancel this kid.
Well, that's
he's
the thing. When you put yourself in that position, it's in the weirdest way. You become.
Dude, I'll be talking to
yeah.
some YouTubers and we'll just be chatting shit and they'll be like, "Oh man, I fucking hate." I go, "I love that kid."
He just doesn't. He just like he's literally the best way to describe is like it's like he's just what you see is what you get, and if you either fuck with it or you don't.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. It's so fun. People, what I respect about Bryce is, and I feel like I fall in the same category. People like to prop themselves up and give you their best when they're in front of a camera and on social media when there's people watching.
Oh.
And then they're fucking scumbags behind the scenes and fucking, you know what I mean? Bryce is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
You know
That's one thing that me and Bryce have always been like, true to ourselves is like, because we were like, you know, back then, like getting exposed or canceled or whatever from like smoking or all this stuff. It's like we were like, here's my life on the internet. Like I'm the exact same way in person. Like fuck with me or don't. Like, and yeah, there's nothing to hide there.
When Bryce was younger, when Bryce was younger, he was like actually a bad, like just beating up random friends and like he had some pretty bad scandals.
Something I don't think this has ever been talked about in the public eye. So.
You can find me in the heart of the city. You could tell me that I could have done more.
That's how me and Bryce became friends.
You guys got into a fight?
We got, not me and him, but we got into a fight with we got a knife pulled on us on Hollywood Boulevard. And this is the first night I met Bryce. We stayed up
No way.
We stayed up all night long, right? And we this is when I was living at 1600 Vine, like fucking 6 years ago. We stayed up all night long. We go to Starbucks at like 6 a.m. the one right there on Hollywood and Vine Street. And we're standing in line. I'm low-key tired of shit already. This guy comes like backwards in the line and just shoulder checks me for no reason. Like no reason at all. I'm just on my phone, just minding my own damn business. And of course, like I didn't even see the guy, I did nothing. My first instinct is like, yo, are you fucking good? Like what? And he was like,
were you guys there separately or did you guys go to Starbucks
we were there together?
Okay.
Yeah. And then he was like, what's that? You want to step outside then like real quick, like da 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 da. And like I'm like, what the before I even say anything, Bryce is like, let's go. And I'm like, who is this kid? Like, what the fuck's going on out here? We go outside and I'm like, fuck, all right, we gotta go. Pulls a knife on us. I'm like, yo, like I'm chilling, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm honestly like,
it's not that deep.
I know, like I can handle myself, but I'm just not gonna fuck with a knife. It's not that deep. Bryce is still going crazy on this motherfucker. Like he's like still trying to like fuck this dude up, and there's like people in the fucking streets like trying to stop it. I'm like, that's fucking crazy, dude. And I was like, I respect this guy. He doesn't even know who I am. And he was about to get stabbed for me. Like, fuck yeah. And so that's how our friendship started.
Fuck yeah.
I almost got in a fight yesterday in a fucking Target parking lot. I swear to God.
You did?
Yo, I would pay so much money to see Keem get down, dude. I've seen it,
bro. I've seen it. Remember fucking.
Let me find out, Keem.
Yo, Keem, remember fucking Pittsburgh?
Oh, God, yeah.
Bro, can we please talk about that?
Let me find out.
Banks, you tell the story because I don't want to tell my own story.
And then
I'll tell the Target.
There's video of it.
I gotta see it.
So
please tell me you dropped
this kid Pittsburgh. Keem bought a bunch of weed and was just giving it out to everybody at this MLG event, like this gamer event. And I guess Pittsburgh fucking like stole some weed from Keem. And Keem went off on this fucking guy, man. And there's a whole fucking crowd of us circling around Pittsburgh. This big fucking dude. And
way bigger than me.
Yeah, and Keem just beat his ass real quick.
Let's go.
Dropped him.
Let me find out, dude.
Honestly, so good. It was so good.
I don't like this is a little bit of a backstory, right? This kid smoked me up at the event before, right? So he didn't have weed at the next event. So I was like, you know what? I got some weed. I just came from Colorado. I give him like a quarter, right? And I'm just like, have fun with it. I'm not planning on smoking that much. Just save some for Sunday because it's a whole weekend event, right? And so Sunday comes around and I hit him up. I'm like, yo, do you got a little bit? Because I think me and Banks were about to smoke, you and your girlfriend at the time. And he goes, no, we smoked through it. I'm like, it is what it is. Don't worry about it, bro. Then all these other people came up to me and they're like, yo, Pittsburgh sold your weed. He was selling the weed that I just gave him to help him out. And so I'm fucking livid, bro. So I get up in his face and I'm like, yo, why the fuck you lying to me? He tried to swing on me. I just grabbed his arm and threw him on the fucking ground. But so anyhow, I go to Target yesterday, right? And I just grabbed a couple things, right? I got this new Oculus Quest thing, and I'm walking on the crosswalk or whatever to go to the parking lot. And this car comes in and he's flying and he slams on his brakes like right in front of me, almost hits me, right? So I just start walking as slow as I possibly can. I'm like barely moving forward with my car.
Trolling somebody in real life in the Target parking lot.
And I'm death staring this guy, like just staring right at him, right? And so it was an older guy driving in this truck, and then it was like his son or something in the passenger, big motherfucker, like 6'5" or some shit, big heavy fucking dude in the passenger seat. So as soon as I pass them and they drive by, they stop. And he goes, you know, you didn't walk exactly in the crosswalk. You know, you need to watch where you're going. I go, excuse me? I go, I'm a fucking pedestrian. I got the right way. Get the fuck out of the car. They're like, as he's talking shit to me, they're like slowly moving away, like going like 5 miles an hour. I'm like, get out of the car. Like fucking step out. No way. And dude, I got this old lady. She's like 60 years old with a cart. She's gassing me up. She's like right next to me. Saw the whole thing. She goes, you had the right of way. She goes, you had the right of way. That guy's in the wrong. You tell him. She's gassing me up. So I'm even getting more fucking heated. I'm pounding my chest in this Target parking lot as they're driving away. I'm like, yo,
I've never seen that side of Keem. Yo, I've got to see this.
It's so funny. I've seen it a couple times.
Dude,
it's
that's fucking hilarious.
Dead ass, I would have lost, bro. This was like a big country bunkin' motherfucker. Like he would have beat my ass.
Yo, those motherfuckers don't fuck around. I'm from Texas. I used to be a little hick. Like they get down.
I've been to Austin a few times, and every time I've ever been to 6th Street, there's someone. There's a fight every time.
You go to the stockyards in Dallas, bro. It's Dunzos.
I think what's going on in Dallas? Somebody was just talking about it yesterday. I think Jake's fight is in Dallas, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I hope so. It's my hometown.
I think Jake's next fight is in Dallas. What was your favorite fight of the night?
Of my night?
Yeah. I think Jarvis had a good one.
Jarvis.
Did you watch Jarvis'
bro,
fight?
You want to know what's fucked?
Jarvis
every fight that was, we had monitors obviously in the locker room. Every fight was up there, and something happened with the connection to our monitor, so we didn't get to see
Jarvis's fight.
I didn't get to see
it. So trash.
Yeah, dude, that's why. And I heard, like, I was hearing everyone was like, "Oh, the fight's over." All right, I was like, "Wait, it even started? I didn't even know it started."
He
like,
knocked that motherfucker out.
I go to another monitor where like the head people are, and I just see the slow mo of him dropping Michael, and I was like,
he looks so good, bro.
I missed
Jarvis
it.
is a fucking
Yo, I gotta say this, and I might have already said this somewhere else, but like, dude, Michael Lee actually looked really good.
Yeah,
like I saw it. I was
very surprising. Very surprising.
Yeah.
Michael Lee deserves way more credit than he got because he got knocked out by Jarvis. Just Jarvis is an animal, but Michael Lee's footwork was amazing.
Yeah.
Like he was
they looked good.
Michael Lee trained for this fight, man.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Didn't half-ass this.
For sure.
Yeah.
You want to get into the summer shit? I
was waiting for it. Well, I know that, you know, we tried to get on here once, like right after it came out, because I was like, yo, there's some stuff that I need to clear
You hit me
up.
up, you're like, bro, fuck all that,
dude. It was all lies, literally all lies.
So let's start from the top. Okay.
I already talked about it on the BFFs, but I'll give you another rundown too. Like,
for anyone that doesn't know, there's a Mom's Basement episode a couple back where we had Sommer Ray on here, and she just dogged Tayler.
She sat down and just started popping the fuck off, and I really didn't even know it was that deep. Like, I really, obviously, me Summer is like a sister to me. We're currently at her house, technically, right?
Yeah, it's kind of funny, right?
It is a little bit funny.
Yo, bring Summer in. Let's get some views.
Where's she at? Can I say hi?
She's somewhere. She's in the backyard somewhere.
Summer somewhere. But she sat down and just started popping off.
Obviously, there's fucking two sides to every story. Yeah. And I've told her this, too, 100 times.
Bro, you were there when we were
like
dating.
Tayler. Taylor's my fucking boy. You know what I mean?
Bro, you don't know how bad, like Like genuinely, bro. Like you guys know, like how like genuine I am, and no matter what happens, like I even read it on the other podcast, and I can show you guys again. But I sent her a DM literally like 3 months ago, like or whatever, 2 months ago.
You did show me that,
and I was like, you know, basically, because I talked to Nas, and was like, she was like, yeah, she has a boyfriend now. She's super happy. Everything's going great. And I want nothing more because she lives with you guys. You guys are my boys. Like everyone's family here. Like I want nothing more to just not be awkward.
Yeah, no, you did. You reached out and you
I was like, I heard you got a boyfriend. Like I'm happy for you. I just want you to know, like there's no bad blood. Like dude, I want nothing more than to have a conversation and squash all of this and move forward with our lives. So, like we don't got to be friends, but like
I would love that too, man. Because even just like yesterday, like we're all just kicking, vibing at my crib. There's a bunch of people there. It's like it doesn't need to be that fucking.
This is what I heard.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I'm allowed to.
She wants to say a bunch of shit about me. I'll say it. I don't give a shit. She literally tried to have fucking me like kicked out of the house because I was over here. Like it's like it's like, dude, like come on now, like don't. We can dive into it. I'll dive into it just a little bit. I'll give another nice little summary. First of all, there was something I missed at the last podcast I do want to pick up on here. Was whenever she was talking about her, and she obviously didn't say the name, but I'll say it again, Jack Galinsky. That's who she was dating at the time.
That's the guy who you talked to on the balcony.
And so that's who I was talking to on the balcony. And she was saying that I was with Charlie at this time. I was not dating Charlie. This is like late July whenever this happened because we just broke up in the summer, and I didn't start dating Char till October. Like I was not even with Char at the time.
That's the thing. The timeline is
it doesn't make sense.
But what she said, basically what it sounded like was almost immediately after summer you were with Charlie.
No, okay, so I'll clear that too. Okay, so there was a paparazzi video of me and Char looking like we're on a date.
Yeah.
I swear to God that was not a date. That was a business meeting. That was a comped meal. We were supposed to have like 10 people at that thing. Yeah. Everyone canceled, and we were it wasn't for me, it was for her.
Taylor, that sounds like the biggest lie.
It does sound
like a lie.
I'm gonna tell you, I will literally be the first to tell you that sounds like the biggest fucking stupid excuse I could ever. But
it's almost so stupid that it's like how the fuck would you make that up? Like if you were gonna make some shit up.
I've been friends with Char for a minute, like already, like you know, like over the last like few years, like I met her like at the Challenger Games originally. That's when I first met her like years ago, and then when we had like Nelk and all of them in Texas with us, like all that shit, like she was there, like I know her, like I'm friends with her, but after me and Summer broke up, Char came over to the hype house, so we were all hanging out filming with. She was with like Tila Dunn and like all this. Like we were just we're literally just friends. Yeah. And whenever I tell you, it sounds like the biggest bullshit ever. Yes, but that was she had a comped meal there, and then we had talked about like all going to like the mall or something later that day, like all my house and her friends, all this stuff, like just like a big friend thing. And she was like, "Oh, like my meeting got canceled, but it's a comp meal. It's still like we can go if you and your friends want to come here and eat first before we go." I was like, "All right, bet." None of my friends wanted to go, so I just went. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go. I'm fucking hungry as shit." Yeah. And fucking Fletcher's bitch ass had to be there. I fucking love it, but he just had to be there and capture it and looked like something completely different. And then like always, Summer fucking hit me. It was like, "Don't ever fucking talk to me again," blocked me on everything, like all this stuff. And it was like she never let me like explain my side of anything, bro. That's why I said like the shit
that's where it ended. Like it ended on that note.
That's where like it officially
you know
ended.
what's
but like
happening?
I told her like after the whole Vegas thing that she said, the Vegas thing was not at all what she said at all. Like let's just start. Should we just start from the top a little bit, real quick? Just
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the truth though. You know what's really happening? Summer at one point was actually in love with you. That's
no. I know because she told me whenever
like straight up LOVE, like real shit.
I know, and I had a lot of love for her too, bro. Like I did, like I cared about this girl a lot, and you know this is where it was like she. I don't want to call it like, no, I'm not gonna call it that, whatever. But you know, what first started happening was whenever we were first together, we went to a party at Jake Paul's house. My ex-girlfriend before her happened to be there, and she was like trying to hit me up. Like she was there at the party, didn't talk to me, but shot me a text and was like, "Yo, like let's can we be friends? Can we be friends?" And I was like, I didn't want to even text her back or give her the time of day, so I was there with Summer, but I went over to my ex and I was like, "Hey, like, I'm with Sommer now, like in the most respectful way, like I don't want anything to do with you. Like please, like you just like I'm happy over here, and like that's genuine from the bottom of my heart what I was saying.
Yeah.
Sommer saw me. Granted, I completely agree that
Which,
like
by the way,
maybe it was bad timing to talk.
I know your ex-girlfriend. I can confirm that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like let me just say it definitely probably like wasn't the best timing in the world. So she saw me over there talking to her. So I can understand why she could be a little frustrated, but at least hear me out, right? Didn't hear me out. Starts like fucking like cussing me out in front of everybody at the party. Like I'm like, can I please talk to you? Like I'm trying to like grab her hand. She's like shoving me, like all this stuff, and I'm like screaming at me, like in front of my roommates, like in front of everybody, and basically left the party with someone else and not me, and blocked me. Didn't want to talk to me. Blocked my number. Blocked everything. Didn't talk to me for like a week and a half. Messages me, wants to talk about stuff. So we talk about it. We squash it. Moving forward, right?
So that's what happened with the Vegas shit?
Yeah.
So you were supposed to go
No, that's not the Vegas. That was just LA. That's like the first problem we had, right? Okay. And then there was something about a video from 2 years prior to when we were dating, and of me talking about like, dude, you guys know about like all like the rumors a long time ago about Sommer like bought her account. Like that was like a big like thing, right? Like it was like a big thing. And back in the day, I didn't know her, and I there was a video that me and Bryce did. It was like a truth or strip video or whatever. Her name got brought up, and Bryce was like, I don't know what he said, but I said, "Isn't all her followers fake?" Like, and something like that. Like, and I didn't even know her, and like, and it wasn't right for me to say what I said, all that stuff. But she sent that when I was dating her, that clip somehow resurfaced on TikTok, and she sent it to me, and was like, "You're so fucking disrespectful." Like that, never talk to me again, blocked me and everything again. And keep in mind, bro, you want to know what's so funny? I was writing a song about her. I was in the booth recording this whenever she sent me that. I was literally writing a song about her. It was kind of crazy, and so basically
as soon as this is over, I'm gonna watch that clip. That's funny.
It literally was like, and that's what I said on the other podcast was, everyone was like, oh, they keep unfollowing and following each other, but she blocked me every single time. I never unfollowed her one time.
Bro, that is the fucking worst part.
The Vegas shit and the Jack shit, I'll wrap it up here. The fucking, the Vegas shit, it was quarantine. I wanted to go to Texas, shoot off fucking fireworks, blow some shit up, like all this stuff, see my hometown, meet my family. Some stuff fell through, we couldn't go. So I got an opportunity. I hit up a company to pay for a fully sponsored private jet, the fucking biggest room you could possibly get in Vegas, like this whole shit, racing cars. Like I wanted to do something special with her on 4th of July. Yeah. She was like, I don't want to go. And I like already got it all comped. I kind of like surprised her. I was like, let's go. Like I got it comped. Like they just paid like $100,000. Like let's go. Like this is gonna be fucking sick. I don't want to go. It's too last minute. I was like, what do you mean you don't want to go? Like it's just like we don't have anything. Like we're just gonna sit here in your house and not do anything for 4th of July. Granted, like I would love to spend time with you regardless of no matter what we're doing. I have fun with you. Like I love my time with you no matter what, right?
But you got all the shit.
But I was like, bro, this is fucking sick. Like let's go. Like, and she was like, no.
And you have to go because you can't burn that relationship.
Exactly. And whenever I keep in mind, like they had already paid the money. I had the fucking itineraries. I had everything. Yeah. And she was like, no. So I was like, all right, well, like, baby, like, I'm going to go. Like, they paid for this. Like, this is an awesome thing. Like, I can't just burn bridges like this. She was like, no, go. Like, it's too last minute. I can't even find someone to watch my dogs. Like, all this stuff. So I was like, in the back of my mind, like, I know that she's not okay with me going, but I was like, okay, well, like, I really wish you could come. Like, I told her so many times. And get to the airport, I'm going, I'm getting on the plane, all this stuff. She starts tweaking on me. She's like, I can't believe you actually fucking left me. I can't believe you would do that. Like all this shit. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. Like, what do you, I want you to come so bad. And she's like, if you wanted to spend 4th of July with me, you would have stayed back with me. I was like, holy fuck, I wanted to spend 4th of July with you. That's why I'm like planning all this.
I personally draw the line with girls too, because that's a fucking very classic, like.
Yeah.
No, go, you fucking piece of shit. I can't believe it. Listen, if you extend the invite to your fucking chick,
you want to hear even
and they're
crazier?
welcome to come.
I furthered the invite, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
She didn't want to show. She was like, if you want to spend it with me, Dad. I was like, Summer, you don't know how bad I want you here right now. I offered to get her another plane.
Yeah.
I offered to get her another plane. I was like, get your shit together and come. Like, I will get you a whole fucking separate plane.
If you extend that invite, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? I would say that's
classic girl moment.
Yeah.
And so I'm like begging this girl to come be with me. I was like, I want you to be with me.
So what was it about your ex?
Now here's where it gets funny. I think during 4th of July, I don't even know if you might have been there. I don't know, but literally Sway, Bryce, like Jake Paul, Logan Paul.
Oh yeah.
For some reason,
Banks,
everyone was in fucking Vegas.
Hold up, Banks was definitely there. He smashed the windows of his hotel room.
Wait, was that
4th of July last year?
Oh, it might have been, man. It might have
But
been.
bottom line is everyone was in Vegas for some reason. I didn't even know anyone was going. I put this together in like 48 hours, so I didn't know anyone was going.
Yeah.
But this is the time where my ex was living with Jake Paul. Whenever he moved those 2 extra girls
Charlie.
No. Kaylin, yeah. Was living with Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Jake was obviously in Vegas, so they all went together. I had no idea. I had no communication with her. I wasn't even talking to her. And Sommer always swore up and down like I wanted to be back with her. I was like, I literally want nothing to do with this girl. Like, and so fucking
Which I
basically
do
she saw dude. Yeah, I could have been. I don't even need to expose this girl, but she literally like, yeah, of course I could.
Yeah.
But anyways, she saw that Kaylin was there, and she sent me a message. She goes, "I'll just lay it all out. I don't give a fuck." She was like, "LOL, you're fucking like hilarious. You're like your whore ass ex-girlfriend is in Vegas. Like now I know why you wanted to go so bad. All this stuff. Like never talk to me again. Blocks me again. Like I'm like don't you?
How many times?
Like at least like 5.
Were you blocked?
I do. Whenever I tell you, bro, she broke up with me every week. Like it's
not good.
And like and in my mind, like I'm like, yo, like whoa. If I wanted to be with this girl so bad, if I wanted to spend my time with this girl in Vegas, why the fuck did I like offer either A, offer you to come, and B, keep asking, offer you another plane ride, like another like
that's where
all
logic.
these things.
That's where logic has to kick in.
I'm
It's
like,
like you have the fucking invite.
Yes,
it's
and
nobody, you could come. I'm sure you were saying shit like you could come right now if you want to. Like
I was like, pack up your shit out right now.
Yeah.
And she didn't come, obviously, and so I got back and we were done. She said something about a Colorado trip. She fucking I was supposed to go see her hometown, meet her mom, all this stuff. After that, she goes, "You're not fucking coming to Colorado with me. I already canceled your flight." Like all this stuff. I was like, "Can we please like talk about this for a second? Like you don't have to like just do all that. Like let me like talk to you and explain." She goes, "No, I don't want to hear shit. Like just won't ever give me the time of day to say anything."
Yeah.
And so I went back to LA after the 4th of July, went over to her house to get my stuff, and she is like crying on the bed, saying she's sorry. She wants to fix her ways. She goes, "I know I'm like crazy. Like I know I flip out like a lot, but I love you so much." Like all this stuff.
Trying to work it out.
And I was like, "Look, I like you don't understand like how I care about you so much, and I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart, but I cannot be with a girl that I'm afraid that she's gonna leave me every week. Like it just doesn't sit right with me. Like I'm like on edge, like on the edge of my seat, like every fucking thing I do, every move I make, because I'm like, if I do anything that pisses this girl off, she's never gonna talk to me again. She's gonna block me. She's gonna all this stuff, and I just don't want to. I just personally, I don't want to be in a relationship like that.
You guys both have massive followings.
Yeah,
and, like you said, every fucking time.
I'm not gonna lie. I bet you two get back together in the future at some point.
You think so, Keem?
I think so, dude. This shit. Yeah. Listen, when a relationship is this fucking insane, crazy, dude. There's some like real.
I will say. I don't think so, but I will say it is kind of crazy and it's weird how like it's been a year. Like it's literally been a year,
and it's still
she's
like
still talking about me.
The energy's still there.
There's some real emotions going on.
Let me just wrap that up real quick, just because that was like the main thing where she was like, I'm crying on a fucking balcony and shit. No. So Jack, I even said this. I'll fucking say it again because, like, yes, like he literally was falling off. He literally came to me and was like, "Help me get back on." Like I literally I basically want to be popping again. And at the time, I was doing very well for myself. Yeah. And I fucked with this guy. I'd known him and Nash and Cameron and all these kids for years. Like, and
are
I was
you talking about MagCon kids?
Kids. Like, yes, like MagCon days.
Jesus.
I've known these kids for years.
You know Jack.
And back in the day, let me say this, and I fucking told him this too on the balcony. I was like, and Sammy, Wilk, and Jack, you could fucking talk to them. They're like, this is facts that I'm speaking right now. This is 100%. Do your fucking research after this, Banks. You know.
Yeah.
I literally told, bro, those motherfuckers back at like West One Days. It's a studio that they all know. They all used to go to and record out of. Never gave me the time of day. Never. Like they treated me like a fucking like piece of shit.
Welcome
that you step
to
in,
LA.
Like on the fucking in the backyard, bro. Like never gave me the time of day. Anyways, and then like he comes to me, I'm open arms because that's just my heart, bro. Like I want to help anybody. Like, anyways, he comes. I'm getting him to film with Noah Beck. Like his videos are popping. Like I put him with the Hype House people. We're like all filming together. He's coming over to the house like all the time, right? He's supposed to be like my boy. The week that me and Sommer break up,
they get together.
There was a video that got leaked out or whatever that he was like pulling. They were at a party together and he like pulls her into a room and they like hook or whatever. I don't even know if they hooked up. I don't want to put stuff out in the air. But
Sommer really isn't. Sommer really is not that girl.
I will say that. I will back you 100%.
Yeah.
Sommer does not sleep around like that.
Does not
I will 100%. I
like for Sommer to even kiss a dude is like.
I will tell you right now. We like I stayed the night with her and we like laid together for I think like 2 weeks before we even kiss each other.
Yeah, no.
She definitely does not sleep around. I will never say that ever.
That's how we fucking. That's actually kind of how your name got. A year ago. Yeah, a full year ago. She was on the show.
Coulson? Yeah.
We were fucking sitting there talking and she fucking broke the news to me on the show.
I lived with her. Had sex.
But that's even crazier than that. That her and Coulson didn't have sex.
She told me that. Yeah,
like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no,
this fool is a full blown rock star.
When we talk about Coulson, we're talking about Machine Gun Kelly. Just so people know Machine Gun Kelly. Listen, you know what?
She dated this fool and was attached to his hip for fucking 3 months, bro. I saw them every fucking day. Inseparable. Never slept with him. That's insane.
She definitely is. Whenever she is attached to someone, she is attached to someone.
So anyway, Jack
Galinsky.
Yeah.
So basically, I hit him up after I see that. I'm
of
like,
course,
dude,
bro.
I don't like to take stuff from the internet. I've been in this shit for a long time. I know how shit gets portrayed, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I hit him up. I'm like, bruh, my ex really like would love to hear like what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I see this video of you guys like that never responds to me. I text him the next day. I was like, maybe he like needs like whatever. Maybe he'll text me the next day. Never text me. Goes all day. I text him again. I'm like, yo, it's kind of disrespectful. Like, like you won't hit me back. Like, at least have the audacity to like tell me
let me know what
the fuck's going on, right?
Yeah.
Never responded to me. So I was like, all right. I mean, I'll see him at some point, so I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Didn't know that I was going to see him like this. I go to Bryce's house for a party. This is my first interaction with him and Sommer. I go into Bryce's room. There's about 15 people in the room. The first thing that I see when I walk in is him and Sommer on the bed together.
Oh.
I walk in and of course I'm like, okay, well that's definitely not what I planned to fucking see.
Yeah.
I hope I was going in there to say what's up to Bryce and fucking everyone else. But literally instantly Sommer hops up, looks at Nas and was like, we got to go now. And then Jack Galinsky's running up to me. He's like, yo, let me talk to you. Like, let me explain. Like, da-da-da, bro. I'm like, dude, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, bro, like, I'm going to fuck you up. Like, and Sammy Wilk and Jack Johnson and even Bryce is like, dude, he talked to me, bro. Really go out there and hear him out. Like, go out there. Like, they made me go out on the balcony. I wanted nothing to do with this fucking kid. And they made me go out on the balcony and talk to him. At this time, I didn't even give a fuck. Like, I didn't want to be with Sommer. I'm the one that broke it off with her because I was like, I don't want to be with someone like that. Like, I don't. And my main problem was this is my boy.
No, it's the respect thing, bro. Like nobody wants to see that shit, bro.
It's the moral of that. And so I'm out there, never cried one time. The only thing that I will say that is remotely close to what she said about like she was like, oh, like I'm so in love with this girl. Like you're just like da da da. Never. What I said was, it's just crazy how you like like. I was because he was there while I was going through the breakup. I was like venting to you. I was telling you like how in love with you or how in love with this girl I was to you. And I'm like, getting advice from my boys. And then you go with her a few days later. Like I was telling you, I was like venting to him,
Yeah.
That's the only thing I said. I'm not like, oh, I'm so in love with her. I want to be with her. Da, da, da. And I wasn't even with her at the time. Like she said, but I told him, I was like, bro, you guys never gave me the fucking time of day. And you came to me open arms. I told Sammy and all of them, like they were all out on the balcony. I was like, none of you guys. And Sammy looked at me and goes, he's right, bro. Like we didn't fuck with him at all. And Jack was like, I know. And I want a friendship with you. Da, da, da. And I told him straight, I was like, bro, I'm just being real with you. Like I can't be your friend if you're going to be with her. Like that's just, I can't do that.
Course.
Like, and he was like, I was like, do whatever you need with that information. I'm done with this conversation. He continued to be with her, so obviously I excluded him from my life. That's what it was. Yeah. And at the end of the day,
fuck these. I'm so sick of these goddamn leech scumbags in LA, bro. These people, man. Like,
yeah, bro.
There's a lot of them, man.
The fact that you were putting this guy up to help his career, and he starts getting with your ex, like a couple days later, bro. That is some scumbag.
At least give us some time. Like he was one of the guys I'm venting to about this shit. Like the
fuck giving time, dude. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I mean,
you definitely should have cut him out.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, that
How
shit
are you
is
guys?
fucking...
Have you seen him since? Because he obviously him and Sommer.
I saw him at another party at Jake's house, and this is like maybe a month after the situation, and he tried to like say what's up, and I was just like
fuck off.
Yeah. And then I saw him at Tana's birthday the other night as well, but he didn't try to say anything to me. Yeah.
That was a good party.
It was pretty fun.
That was fun.
It was actually pretty lit. Yeah.
That was fun. It's been a fucking 2 weeks.
It was kind of awkward because like literally it was like very, very awkward because like I was like talking to another girl and she was there. Like, I'm not anymore, but I was, and she was there, and then Char was there, and then Sommer was there, and then Jack was there, and like all these fucking like just like
messy,
everything was just so like I was like, all right, well, this is awkward.
That's why I'm very particular about the girls that I like call my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You don't want too many fucking ex-girlfriends. It's never, especially in LA. LA's huge. There's a lot of people, but it's super small at the same time.
What did Post Malone say? I keep seeing the same girls.
Yeah, facts. It's true.
And especially whenever you're in the industry, because like you see all the same motherfuckers at all these LA parties.
So just cut to the chase. Listen, I'm down to stick my dick in you here and there. We're homies. That's cool.
Maybe if I was Banks and I was a savage, I don't be fucking like that. I'm like honestly like such a prude. Like
I know. You're a God-loving, nice young man.
I'm just, dude. Banks is such a vibe over. He has 2 puffs in his mouth, like, and just blowing fucking clouds over here.
Yo, Banks, how are you alive? Banks,
Come on,
listen, I'm
come
old.
on. I'm not on fucking wood, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Knock on wood.
Banks,
I'm
listen,
alive and well. I'm healthy.
How are you alive and well though? Because I'm old, but I know you're getting older too, and like you're still in partying like these motherfucking 20-year-olds.
Yo, whenever I saw you in Miami,
built
Banks,
different, bro.
Yeah, that is true. But whenever I saw you in Miami, yo, you looked like a fucking zombie, G.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what.
Bro, it's because it was Miami round 2 for me. I was there for Logan shit. We were just in Cabo for that fucking Rubet shit.
I will say, bro, I don't know. I've never smoked or drank in my life, so I couldn't even fathom doing that. But like, how hard you guys go is like immaculate. Like,
You've never drank in your life?
I've never drank or smoked in my. I don't know what alcohol tastes like. I've never like drank or
crazy.
smoked in my life. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I never go to like parties. I'll go to like Tana's or you know, because that's family and like stuff like that. Or y'all cook out yesterday and you know. But I don't go to parties. I don't. It's like a bunch of drunk people breathing all over me. I don't fuck with that. Like it's like annoying. Like
not being drunk around drunk people is top 5 worst things
Dude, it's the
you
worst.
could ever find yourself in. Yeah, no, I feel you. Dude, did I talk about the Bitcoin boys and how much money they found?
Yeah,
oh my God,
on
I
last
saw that.
podcast, you
Holy
told the whole
shit.
story.
Well, I was fucking borderline dying on that podcast, so I honestly, it's all fuzzy for me. Bro, speaking of Tannis, I had like fucking 4 or 5 people come up to me like, yo, did you really throw $500,000 in 11?
Yeah, you
And
should.
I was like,
fuck yeah,
I was like,
dude.
fuck yeah, I did. Something light work. Something light
work.
Nice little Saturday.
Yo, we gotta cut it out soon. But there's one thing that I know I absolutely need to ask, and the fans are gonna want to know, and we have to go back to the Gibbs situation. I already know what the answer is, but I gotta ask for the people. At the end of the fight, when you were like, wait a minute, like this draw is BS, I should have won or whatever. Like, what's going through your mind, and like, why did you have that? I already know, you're in a fight, you don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, afterwards, I like completely forgot. Like, I don't even know exactly what happened because my adrenaline was going so much. But what I did know, like, my thought whenever like they said draw, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I didn't necessarily think he won. I didn't necessarily think I won, but I didn't think it was a draw. I definitely didn't think it was a draw.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, someone had to have won, right? Like, I will say he was a more aggressor, and stuff like that. But I was blocking like damn near everything he threw.
I hate how fucking hard people go on people who like fresh off a fight. Like, dude, you're in the fucking first person perspective.
Yeah.
We're all watching it in fucking 4K, all the angles. We're seeing all the score.
I'm telling you,
know what I'm saying? Like, you can't know exactly what's
everything.
Yeah.
Anything I can say that like is just you just will never understand until you're there. Like even sparring doesn't do it justice, bro. Yeah. I'm there and I'm like the best way I can explain is like whenever you play like fucking Call of Duty, it's like first person view and they're like right, it's like tunnel vision right in front of you. I didn't hear my coaches. I didn't hear the people in the fucking stands. Yeah. I couldn't even hear my coaches telling me what the fuck to do. I just saw like fucking binoculars, like straight forward.
Cool,
and, like,
you got to experience that.
It was like a VR. Like it's like that's the best way I could explain it. Like
out of body type shit.
Yeah.
Yo, so your mom was right behind me, and she was shouting at Gibbs some foul stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say, bro. I gave Gibb respect afterwards, but then I just came to find out that he called my he looked at my mom and was like, "Fuck you, bitch," or something like that.
Yeah, he said it on the podcast. He was like, I'm fucking, I got a bunch of people yelling at me, talking shit to me.
If he owns up to it, then that's
no,
better.
He said that. He said,
but that's
honestly,
my mom, so of course I'm like.
He said, I regretted apologies, like nothing but respect.
Okay.
I had no fucking clue who she was.
Because I'll give respect to everybody, but
it was just, he's in the moment. He's like, it was, in that moment, it was just some random lady fucking yelling at me, talking shit.
No. Shut up, Banks. Shut up, okay? I want to see Tayler Holder versus Gibb 2. Gibb told us on this podcast, he said, fuck Tayler Holder, fuck his mom.
No, he did
Let's
not.
go round 2.
So in that case, my address is just a joke.
He did not. No, I actually, though, I will say that I told fucking Gibb that too. Gibb is like shooting for the fucking stars right now, but
Gib doesn't want round 2 though. We told Gib
doesn't.
round 2 has to happen, right, Ben?
It's the only thing that makes sense, bro.
Yeah.
For me, at least, in terms of like selling, obviously the story arc of like it being called a draw, all that shit. Like you're obviously like people want to fucking see more out of you and more of what you can do because you've been training for a while.
I would love to showcase my skills more.
I just don't know who Gib fights. You know what I mean? Like, who does Gib actually fight that people get excited for?
Yeah,
The only thing that makes sense, like from a viewer perspective, is Tayler Holder.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the fucking fans would want more than anything.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody misses
what I
that
would
fight,
want more
bro.
than anything. Yeah,
I don't think
100%,
anybody
so.
misses that.
Yo, but guys, on Spotify, we don't have a comment section, so we always ask you guys to like tweet us, tag Banks, tag Tayler Holder, tag myself.
With an emoji, so it sticks out, because like Keem said, you can't fucking do the comments, whatever. What's the emoji for today? Let's do a money bag.
Nah, let's do a boxing glove.
We fucking we've talked about boxing now we've done a boxing glove. We can do a boxing glove and money bag. Fuck it. Do it. Just spam us. I want to see those money bags in my Twitter mentions. Taylor, you're a fucking phenomenal person.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Your energy's great. I wish nothing but the best for you, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, and if you and Sommer do get married in the future, make sure we get an invite.
You guys can be like a few like my like what is
I want
that?
to be the
I don't even know what
flower
fuck-
girl.
You can be the flower girl. I'll have Keem security.
Yeah,
because he be fucking people up.
What? Security, dude. I used to DJ weddings.
I'll have Keem playing the piano as I'm like walking down the aisle or some shit.
Hell yeah. All right, thank you, Taylor. Guys, see us next Wednesday. You already fucking know. Mom's Basement, greatest podcast on the fucking planet. Let's go. You already know.
You stole that line from someone. Who else says that? Oh, Logan does. All right, we'll see you next week, guys.
He's fucking lying, bro. He's lying. See you guys. Peace.